We
What?
are live.
Yes.
I had
And
nothing better to put as a thumbnail.
I'm sure there was something better. It's got to be something better. You can throw Jay Cargill up at it and be like, oh, Jay Cargill makes NXT debut.
So I could have, Marcus. So I could have done this. I was like, Melo's punched his way into the main event against Ilya Dragunov. That didn't work. I didn't want Sting throwing up deuces.
So he can end the show like that, but cautiously.
But normally what I do,
let's try.
The thumbnail I normally know what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
The title I never know what I'm going with. So what I went straight to WWE.com, and then the title for the thumbnail I clearly stolen today is Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria get personal.
Did they know?
And I know how I feel about when things go personal.
Was that personal though? Did that get personal? I just feel like it was, I'm Irish, you're Irish. Let's do the damn thing.
A little bit. So welcome everyone to today's show. I'm Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus the Grand Finale.
And when our powers combine, we are the kings of the ropes.
If I had a rope here, I would shake it, but they're out doing my bidding because one of the kings of the ropes. Sire, what's going on? I don't know. I handle rope business.
I'm in the rope business. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on in the community. I am a king, but only of the ropes.
What would there's nothing really we can talk about. We may cover the PWI top 250 women at the end of the show. Might be grasp your idea, your thoughts on the top 5, maybe, because ETE would normally cover that, but ETE's gone through a rebranding, so they don't cover shit like that anymore.
Well, it could be covered, but it would have been covered a week after it actually happened. Like, for some reason, it's released yesterday evening after we would have recorded ETE anyway. So it's bullshit the way that was released. I saw the setup. Now it's a week old. Talk about, I wouldn't have put that person in top 10. I guess whatever. But no, I'm sorry. It's all right. Listen, I'm not gonna. I'm done arguing with the PWI.
I'm getting note from a producer, Marcus. Been told to move on. Okay, Jade, we'll move on.
So cheesy.
Yeah, you loved it, really.
I thought she was going TikTok, Manny. TikTok.
Nah, she ain't carrying cross.
Who apparently has lost track of time and is not telling us what time it is anymore.
So let's kick off with AEW Dynamite. It kicks off with Penta El Zero Miedo.
You could have just said Penta. You could have saved yourself. I could have just said Penta.
My tongue failed me there. Versus Jay White. Why can't Penta have a normal name like
Penta? Just be Penta. No.
Turbo Keith.
Turbo Keith. Turbo Penta. Pentagon Turbo.
Turbo Floyd. Yeah. Shout out to Turbo Floyd.
Yeah. Pentagon Junior Turbo Floyd. Pentagon Turbo. Whatever. It'd be nice.
Eric, you can't even come at me. My pronunciation of that is better than your pronunciation of.
I don't believe this is referred to the pronunciation, Manny. I believe this is to when you did the Jay Cargill this time. That's what that came up. I'm a producer for the show.
I thought this was a pretty good match to kick off Dynamite.
It was all right. It had no reason to exist, but it was all right.
Yeah, it never does. Penta's knocked out by Juice Robinson while the Gun Club distract the ref, and Jay just pins him for the win. Claims
this
unlike
MJF. Been a clean win.
Yeah.
Could have been a clean win. I don't think it needed a distraction. Could have been
he claims that unlike MJF, he's the real world champion and is still waiting on Max well, Jacob Friedman to answer his offer. Juice says he's going to win the Battle Royal and then defeat MJF for that diamond ring, which he's going to pawn because his $24.99 TK Maxx ring is better.
Yeah. If I, the pawning of it just seemed like you could just sell it somewhere instead of pawning it. He's going to get what, like $300? What a waste. Yeah,
he's going to get a third of what he actually wants for it. Maybe at best.
It's according to AEW lore, it's a $500,000 ring. $500,000. I'm not taking to a pawn shop. A jeweler.
That is not $500,000.
I don't know. I'm not in the jewelry business. I don't know how much of those real diamonds are really.
You really think they're gonna put that much diamonds on a thing that you rarely see?
They do pay Sting a lot of money for something I rarely see.
No, see, I would make those things shiny glass and then be like, look at these diamonds.
Look at my diamonds. Look at all my diamonds. Look at this shit. Look at all this shit.
It's just glass.
I like to also believe that it is a legit $500,000 that Tony Khan lends to MJF so he can do on the show.
What the fuck are you doing here? I was here to listen. I didn't want to be there on the delay. That's all it was. I saw your sensitivity level, man. He was at a hard time live thinking I was attacking people, but I wasn't.
Now I don't have real graphics for the show.
You don't have to add me, Betty. I'm just here to listen.
He's censored.
Why you got the AEW tattoo all over me?
Because that was the way you jumped in.
Yeah, you jumped in like this.
Hey, man, you okay? I mean, I'm just right here. Fine, I'll be covered.
We're all censored.
No one can see us anymore.
The right to censor.
We're 100% in witness protection.
Our thoughts and prayers are with Jackson, praying for a speedy recovery. Jamal.
Yep.
I didn't think we were going to put that on here, but yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
Man, I should really switch cameras. This is really shitty when you look this close. Huh.
Well,
so
again,
we're gonna stay with this weird view.
No, we're not.
This is the first take view, man. Where Molly at?
Molly is going, Stephen A. That's how I feel like she says.
When I tell you about that sweater, the sweater's here and we're here to stay.
Well, see, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna put Eric on bed rest as he's supposed to be resting, so you can listen to the show. Peace out. A-Town down.
A-Town down. Oh. I'm assuming you got notes from the producer Jade Cargill to get him.
Jade said it was time for you to move.
You don't have his Shannon Sharp makeup on.
You don't have the podcast sweater on either.
I wouldn't be caught dead on this channel without the podcast sweater.
So where were we? We're pawning the diamond ring.
Yes. So I would have got $100K for it. I think I get
$100K. MJF states that he will get his Triple B back before Full Gear. He was reminded of Jay White at Comic-Con with a load of losers cosplaying as world champions. Harsh. Yeah. He hopes Juice wins because it will be his left hand of God versus his right hand of the devil, and the blood will be on the hands of the Switchblade Jay White. The Acclaimed offer their services. He declines. Max offers to win the Battle Royal and beat him for the Diamond Battle Royal ring, and he would have to put a ring on it. It got very weird.
Yeah, I don't care what Caster had to do and all that. I was like, Max was like, "Oh, I'm going to get my title before." I was like, "You're finally showing urgency to this. It's been a while. This man's been walking around with this belt, and you have not looked at him." And earlier he was like, "Oh, I'm being smart. I'm not going to get jump 4-on-1." But then he had opportunities later in the night to just be like, I'm going to fuck up Jay White tonight. He's alone.
Opportunities. He never did it. it. So this is all his fault.
Yeah, he don't want it back.
Then we get.
I blame Tony Khan too. He could easily just walk in and be like, "Hey, give him this belt back. What are you doing? You're fired if you don't. You're fired if you don't."
Yeah, but we've learned that Tony Khan does not like to step in any confrontation because he fears for his life.
Oh yeah, that's also true. But I would have gotten my title back. Jay White comes out and he brings the title out and just leaves it there as his ringside his match early, and it just sits there, and you can just easily be like, yoink.
But you know what I did like? What I did like was during the match with Jay White, they added a title belt to the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, the paper cardboard is just like,
it just really childish, just like what I did with the Jade Cargill thing.
I don't even understand why he has a cardboard cutout though.
No, neither do I.
I thought it was there for when he wasn't there for Juice, but then it just came out every week.
Yeah. We move into a match: Emi Sakura versus Hikaru Shida. These two had no reason to put on a good match that they did. Like, I really enjoyed this match. The only takeaway I hate is the thing I hate when anybody does it, when they do the rolling around the ring pin thing. I hate it. I genuinely hate it.
I didn't think it was earned that they did the rolling around the pin. They did it early. Manny, I have problems with this match. And
why?
I'm shocked you enjoyed this match as much as you did. I'm shocked.
Well, you know, one,
I hate this match.
I really enjoy Hikaru Shida when she's out there because they don't put respect on Hikaru Shida's name.
I hate this match. You want to know why, Manny?
Why?
Because I was going to do research, but I said, you know what? Why do research when you can sound like a blind fool out here? And I'm going to say this for the record. I want this for the record. And I believe this is 100% factual. Every time Hikaru Shida has won this title, the next night on Dynamite, she fights Emi Sakura. I swear to God, it's happened. I swear. And they tell us the same story that, she was a teacher and doing this and yada, 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 yada. I feel like this has happened every single time. And the point is, this time it wasn't a title match. It was an eliminator match. The other times it's a title match. This time it's not. So I'm really upset with this.
Can I add to your point and build upon it? So not only did Emi Sakura fight Shida when she first won the title, she also faced Saraya. If you recall, because both of them were angry. Sakura was angry because Saraya came out to Queen at All Out.
Yeah. I guess, because that used to be her gimmick. Now that she's telling people to bow down to her. I'm upset that this is our one woman segment we're going to get in a week from the AEW. Now, like, it was nothing. You know what I would like to have instead of this match? You know what? Let me hear from Hikaru Shida, who's won the belt twice and has yet to have a single promo about what the title has meant to her, why she won it again, how it feel to get it back. We don't ever hear from Shida. Ever. Like, I understand not hearing from EO. Like, every now and then you'll hear her complain or say something or give dirty looks to Bailey. But she don't have that. She don't have a manager or nothing. She doesn't ever express emotion. Get the belt off Shida. Just get it off so she can win it again. That's where we're at. She's only won it so she can lose it to Jamie Hayter, probably at Full Gear, or whoever else is her next contender. She is not keeping that belt long. So get her off my TV.
Do you know what? I have a feeling Jamie Hayter is coming back soon. This is why the title's on Shida, and then she's going to lose the title, and then we're just going to refresh the story that didn't get told between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter and the remaining Saraya and Ruby Soho.
Wherever they're at. God rest their soul. I'm calling her Ruby Rampage because I'm assuming that's where she's at these days.
Ruby,
and Saraya,
Ruby Rampage.
And Saraya is see you later, Saraya, because she doesn't show up to work ever. I don't understand. And this is why I think Dynamite and their attendance is dwindling. It's that I don't know who I'm paying to see live. Because you have all these people on your roster, as someone said, I believe maybe MJF, one of the greatest rosters ever assembled, if not the greatest. But you never know who's there on a given night. They advertise 1 million matches, and then you be like, but, John Moxley may show up, right? And the Bucks might show up, and at least I can get Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Darby Allin maybe shows up. Sting shows up for an announcement. Edge doesn't appear live on stage this week.
Let's get on to that because I thought that was stupid. The Adam Copeland rated R rebuttal. So he retells his goal of coming to AEW was to end his career with Christian. And then Christian sounded like he was on board until it got real. Adam come to the conclusion that Christian is still bitter and jealous. Christian is bitter and jealous about him coming to AEW and the rocket being strapped to him and all these other things. And he is taking away from his spotlight. Adam doesn't want to fight him. He doesn't want his TNT title. He knows eventually Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus will knock him down, but he will be there to pick him up.
Why? Chris is a horrible person.
Yeah.
Why? What? Fuck you, Adam Copeland. I'll be saying this in full kayfabe. Fuck Adam Copeland if you think about it. The things Christian has said and done in the recent months, and not recent. This has been the past probably about 6-7 months of him doing this, to be honest. It's been reprehensible. He's attacked Nick Wayne's dad for being dead. He's talked about Jungle Boy Jack Perry's dad. You know, he's stolen a title from Luchasaurus. He's out there just doing some of the worst shit possible. And Edge is like, with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne double, I'm gonna be there to hug it out with him. But look, you act like Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne were the bad influence. This has been all Christian. And Edge, how dare you come over here and assume that, Christian is upset that I'm here and go, yes, Christian living my life. I'm on top of the world. You know, I'm on the end of the boat going, Rose, I'm the king of the world. And then here comes Edge talking about, here I go. You want to be a tag team? No, I'm a singles champion. I am starting Dynamite and ending Dynamite. I am a star. This is the best that I've ever been in my life. I'm in the prime of my life, and I'm 50. Get out of my life. Get out of my life, Edge. Get out. Fuck Edge. Or Adam Copeland. I got to call him Edge because to me, Adam, so we don't mix him up.
Yeah, 100%.
That should be his name, Adam Edge.
Where are we? Wardlow versus Ryan Nemeth. He got powerbombed once and the referee stops the match. Tony Schiavone.
Dolph Ziggler confirmed.
Yeah. Tony Schiavone asks him what is he doing back. He says he points at MJF written on his tape on his wrist and then knocks over Tony Schiavone, who's deserved that for a very long time.
Yeah, but here's my issue with this. Has Wardlow been brainwashed or went through psychotherapy and reverted back to Wardlow but right after MJF broke up with him?
Who knows?
Like
I don't know what's going on.
He got his revenge on MJF, right? He got his revenge on MJF. He beat the fuck out of him in Las Vegas, which forced MJF to quit or something.
Yeah, but that all the shine was taken away because of that, because MJF apparently came in, did that, and left.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, but that was it. Like that was the end. Like when the feud was happening, when it was hot to cheer for Wardlow and people were doing the Wardlow sympathy, that's when they could have did it. But to blame MJF for any wrongdoings today doesn't make any sense. And my favorite part about this segment is Wardlow completes the match and he's walking through the fence until Schiavone gets in. It was like, Wardlow, come back. For Wardlow to say, yeah, I'm here for MJF, to just leave up the ramp at this point. So he clearly didn't know where he was at.
Marcus, I feel like you should be able to find a common ground with Wardlow.
Why is that?
You're a bitter man. You hold grudges.
I am. I'm bitter, petty, you know.
You're very petty. If someone stole your shine from your biggest moment, you wouldn't want to get back at them.
Yeah, but in full kayfabe, Manny, what's the revenge? I already killed him. I killed him. He walked away. Like, it didn't work out the way I should have been, but he walked away. And if I wanted to fight MJF, Manny, what was my goal? What was my path to fight MJF? Give me a pathway, a quick pathway. I'll give you one answer.
He should have won the Battle Royal.
Exactly. Why aren't you in this Battle Royal? It's a guaranteed ticket to fight MJF. Why aren't you in this? Were there limits and restrictions? There was no spot for Wardlow, but there was a spot for Commander.
There's a spot for Matt Hardy.
Yeah. there's a spot for Trent, Manny, but not Wardlow or Hobbs. Like the people who were in that tournament did not want to win this Dynamite ring at all. And Wardlow, who just wants revenge, could say, "Damn the ring! I want to beat MJF again." But no, he decided, I'm just gonna have a squash match this week against some guy, Ryan Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler's brother, and walk away.
Elder Shook says Ryan Ziggler would just wear his brother's older clothes once they're donated. I mean, I wouldn't wear someone's used types, even if you wash them. Yeah, even if you wash them, I'm not wearing them.
That man has sex with Sonny, he can have any disease right now. Levi Wardlow isn't ranked as high as the Hardys. No one is as high as the Hardys. I'm just saying. No.
No one's as high as Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. I could allow the Hardys. You know what? I'm going to give you the Hardys, Levi. I'm going to let you say Wardlow is not ranked as high as the Hardys. But he's damn sure higher than Trent, Commander, Dustin Rhodes, and
no, don't disrespect Dustin like that. Don't disrespect Dustin like that. Dustin is higher than Matt Hardy. I'm putting it out there.
You might be right. You might be right. But there's several other people in that match who you go like, oh, really? Like Johnny Mundo or whatever he goes by these days.
John
Morrison. Is it Johnny TV? Johnny Rampage?
Like Johnny Television or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. Johnny TV was in that match. You can't tell me he should be in there. And if he's in there, why isn't Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal in there? There's problems. Wardlow could have been in that Battle Royal. I'm just saying, if that's your goal, you could be in that Battle Royal.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, but I don't know if he wants to be on TV.
Okay, we'll just leave him there till he decides he wants to be on. You put a message in the private chat if you want to be on.
Wait, what title did Trent win? All right, too many titles.
Let's carry on with the show.
Wardlow was the TNT champion last time I
saw. What's it? Adam Cole makes a PB&J sandwich for Roderick Strong. Can I ask what kind of poverty is Roderick Strong living in if they're using paper plates?
Hey, just don't want to do dishes, Manny. Man, don't want to do dishes. Maria Shafir kick his ass. You know? She's a problem. She's a problem. Obviously, she's not taking care of Roddy, but paper plates are okay. I don't mind paper plates. I mind these segments every week. They don't make any sense. So you try to tell me Adam Cole went over his house one day and it's been there for about, 3 or 4 weeks. I can't remember how many it's been. About maybe a month. He's been there a month. No new clothes, no changes, just funky ass dudes hanging out together with injuries. And refusing to get surgery. And so I need to get the max. What about Brett? That's in canon. Where's Brett?
So he's decided he needs to go get. He's fed up. He tells Adam Cole he needs surgery. No, he tells Roddy he needs to go get surgery. He's done with this. He hasn't spoke to Max in ages. And then I'm stalling for time because I'm trying to make a graphic.
Do the usual thing, Manny. I can finish the segment.
Yeah, you speak. You speak while I do something.
So they make you a peanut butter, sexually suggested peanut butter sandwich. There's more giraffe showing. There's more Matt David and Bennett who's there, and then Adam Cole said enough. He storms off. He storms off into the night. And Roddy says he has to do the one thing that he didn't want to do. And it's going to be hard for him. And that's be nice to MJF. And I'm going, this needs to stop. This needs to be off TV immediately. I don't know how many of these vignettes they've done, but let's stop it here.
This is what I mean. We were something very similar is the, what is it? It's the Elton Strong stuff.
Yeah.
I felt, what's going on with his camera? I felt the Elton stuff was done quickly and done properly he's back on TV. None of this nonsense. They're holding out because it was funny once.
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny, these skits. The whole funny point was him screaming Adam live.
Yeah.
The fact that they've added these skits, it's not good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it in person, going Adam, and stuff like that, instead of to the point of ridiculousness of what human being. Like, I could never respect Adam Cole again as a man after these skits for helping his boy. Like, it doesn't even make sense. None of it makes sense. We haven't even got to the follow-up of who attacked Jay White and why. Like, what happened to that? It was clearly about Max.
Forgot about that. They kind of just forgot about that.
We have not brought that up, or
Man,
we're gonna bring this up 10 years later.
I just sit here and I can't believe they disrespected the art of making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the way that they did. That pissed me off so much because it was so it was so ridiculous.
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
You decided to come on here not to talk about wrestling, but mainly to be you were disrespected about PB&J.
I was, man, because it was stupid. Like the whole as Marcus said, it makes no sense why he's still there. Like they need to get better writers. I was so taken aback by what I saw. They
don't have writers. They are the writers.
Yeah.
Creative freedom in AEW. That's where you go.
They need to free themselves to go someplace else. Why is the new webcam not working? It was working fine, just perfectly fine a minute ago. Go ahead, continue. Don't pay no attention to me.
What webcam are you using?
Well, this is my normal one right now, but I was upset with the quality when you zoomed in, and I was like, "That's BS." You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's come to just disrupt the show today.
What? Honestly, think about it, Manny. What do I do most? I disrupt shows better than anybody that you know.
No, I want to address something, actually.
Oh, shit. See?
I want to address something.
That was a handful thing.
I want to address something. And I believe you've probably already apologized to her. Your wife, Shantae, and Marcus deserve an apology for telling your ass to go to the hospital and get yourself checked out last week on Saturday when you fell over. We showed concern, but no, big boy Eric with his big boy pants walking all over here like, oh, I'm okay, realizing he's not 40 years old and probably should go get checked out because he's old and bones hurt and all this other stuff. Make me mad, Eric.
Did you get it out your system? Is it out your system? Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah,
no, apologize.
I'm not.
He ain't apologizing.
I ain't doing shit.
You sound like CM Punk. Apologize.
I'm not eating. Nah, man, you ain't gonna tell me what to do.
Wasn't telling you what to do. It was being concerned about your goddamn health.
Well, I mean, I appreciate my goddamn health being a concern, but I'm a stubborn old kook. What can I say? I'm the CM Punk of this show.
No,
you ain't.
No.
Wow,
that's
hurt.
Definitely Ryan. You're not gonna be the CM Punk of the show.
Well, Ryan, wait. Are you saying that Ryan brings views?
No, he don't.
Because technically, that's what CM Punk does. He brings views.
No, I don't think he did.
But I think he did, man. I feel like there's been a slide since he left. There's been a slide.
The first couple of weeks when he came, sure, I agree with you. But then when he became a regular, it kind of just normalized out to be about 800, 700, what they normally get.
I feel that CM Punk was a draw. He was the main draw. I don't think Dynamite would have lost without CM Punk. No, I don't know.
All right, let's finish this report and then we can talk about other things. So Don Callis comes out, says Hobbs gets on the mic, says he's been holding on to a grudge for 25 years because Jericho told him to sit his ass down and then he ignored his grandmama. He swore he was going to hurt him over and over.
He did ignore her. He told her to shut up and sit down, Manny.
No, he ignored his grandma. He told him to sit down and shut up.
Oh, whichever. So this grudge for 25 years. I'm going to speed this up. Why now, Wardlow? Why now? You've been in this company with this man for about 3 to 4 years. Why now? Did you like, oh, let me exact my revenge?
I mean,
for this grudge I've been holding for 25 years.
I think this is.
I'd get him.
I think this is one of those things where it's just like their version of long form storytelling gone wrong. Like no one has ever thought about. You know what? MJF is a face.
Still.
Let him go. Let him go, Manny. Bob and weave, Eric.
You know, MJF has been the champion. It's like they don't have anybody for him to lose to right now. So it's like, let's dig up old personal bogus shit to make it seem like it's something important. And I'm like, Wardlow doesn't even look like the man he was when he was on his high run. Like this right now, this is a bad version of Wardlow. And I'm just
Wardlow.
What happened?
We're Hobbs.
Oh, sorry.
If this is a bad version of Wardlow.
Oh, you know what? My bad. I will point out that I blacked out this whole Don Callis thing because I'm sick of Don Callis. I don't understand why he has so much camera time with so many different storylines. He's doing the same feud with Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, and he's doing something that no one has ever done. He's doing the exact same feud simultaneously, just with two different wrestlers. That's the worst thing about it. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, but Takeshita hasn't done shit in weeks.
No, he just stands by.
He's trying to do his best Shinsuke, but he ain't doing it right.
But remember, as I was telling Marcus last night, Manny, Takeshita is Judas. In the position of the Last Supper, he's going to be Judas. So he's going to be the downfall of the Don Callis family.
Judas in my mind.
Carl Fletcher comes out, said nothing much.
He said, "How dare you criticize me and talk
that's
about
not
my
an Australian
ability?"
accent.
That's not an Australian accent. That's a very high pitched accent. Because I feel like Kyle Fletcher has a very high pitched voice.
That was a very bad accent.
It wasn't an accent. It was just a high pitched voice.
Well, Marcus, whatever it was, you should never do that again.
Well, tell that to Kyle Fletcher. This is the Kyle Fletcher talk. Because he sounds like this.
There we go. You doing it again. You just got instructions. Never do it again.
Yeah, I'm a rebel.
I feel like you've offended Australians. I feel like you've offended men that have had their testicles removed,
or half of their groin shaved.
And I feel
I'm not the only one that hears this from Kyle Fletcher.
And I feel like you need to apologize.
So high pitched.
Here we go.
We're not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for nothing. How dare you?
What?
You sound like Cat Williams.
But on a side note, I thought this was gonna be a trap for Omega, but apparently it wasn't. Like I thought Callis and them were gonna be like, "Sucker, you thought we were done with him? We're all jumping you." It never worked that way. They just criticized them and they all walked away, and Omega came out.
So before this, Kenny had it.
All he did was lose his pyro and his entrance. That's all he lost. Came out confronting him.
So Kenny said he's not happy with how his year's gone, but was reminded that he is the measuring stick of AEW. He hopes to take out Kyle and then the Don Callis family. And when that's said and done, he maybe go after the AEW title. MJF shakes his hand and says 13 days, bitch, in his ear. I had no idea what that meant.
Me neither. I didn't know what it means, but it was clarified later by Excalibur. 13 days till he passed Kenny Omega's world title reign. His record breaking.
Okay.
And I was like, thank you, Excalibur, because I had no idea. I was not keeping track of who was the longest rating AEW champion.
You know, you sit there and you just look at, like, it's like, wow, Kenny Omega, you used to be somebody. What happened? Like, it's like, he's like even a main draw of the show anymore. Like, it doesn't even feel special when he shows up on the camera. It's just like, oh, Kenny's here. And now the Bucks don't even show up with him anymore. It's disheartening. I don't even know. I don't know how you can say you dropped the ball with Kenny Omega, but they dropped the ball with Kenny Omega.
I know, and he did such a good job when he's in New Japan and when he does the New Japan matches. He's so much more different. But then I feel like he did take off Kyle Fletcher's head with that last V trigger.
Yeah, he did. The match was good. I'm gonna give him the match. Kenny can still do what he does in the ring. But character-wise, I don't know where Kenny's at.
You can never take away. You can never take away what Kenny does in the ring. But I think as making him evolve from where he was in New Japan to now he's in front of an American audience, it really gives people who are not into that whole New Japan and stuff like that, it gives them a hard thing. Like, what was so special about this guy? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have that specialness, that mystique about him anymore. I mean, and it's sad because Kenny is a great in-ring performer. I mean, like, he showed more personality when he was feuding with the New Day online, you know, talking about their nonsense. So it's just like, I really need them to figure it out, personally, for me, to make me feel better.
Do you not think it might be a case of...
turns his camera around.
Yeah, I know. I just don't... Stop fiddling.
I'm gonna start doing my points like this. That shit floating in front of the camera. It's like you're playing airplanes as a kid.
Hey, Marcus, we did play some airplanes as a kid. Don't act like we didn't.
No, we did, but I'm just saying that's what it looks like you're doing on camera. It's like, look what I can do. Why are you moving? Like, at first when Manny was like, why you moving? I was like, whatever, it's gonna stop. But then you still look like you're building a robot.
I'm coming to take over the world, Marcus. That's what I'm doing.
I don't know if you remember RoboCop when they're put simply RoboCop and he's just looking at him on the screen like, and they're just talking shit like, I don't know, we need to work on this. That's what it feels like me and Manny are. We're RoboCop eyes just watching you grab stuff, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Turn them off.
And it's been going on for way too long. That's the problem.
Well, I figured this was the best place to test everything while I conversate with you guys.
No. This isn't a trial thing.
Yeah, we're on time constraints, all right? People got to go to work and get rest. Why'd you become a ghost? Well, all of a sudden we got a Tony Storm video. Are we going to commercial?
It's still a work in progress. I'll figure it out. But continue. I don't want to distract you guys anymore with my shenanigans.
Sting is in the ring. I feel like that's next. I don't know.
Sting. Yeah, because we can really finish most of the... Danhausen's coming back, apparently. Lance Archer, but I didn't even know he was still in AEW, destroyed some guy. Prince Nana and Swerve are lurking around in Texas.
You know it's bad when Lance Archer shows up just for no reason at all.
No reason. Let's anything. They were just like, Lance Archer killed this guy.
Like, and then when
it was like time of why he's back or where he's been.
I was on the phone with Marcus and I saw the corner because it was in picture where they were announcing what was upcoming. They were like, Lance Archer, and I was like, really? Are we back to square one, year one of AEW at this point, where Lance Archer is now? And then, like, he came back like nothing he hasn't been beating up people in the back. Like, we're just gonna let this happen.
He's still here. And they announced it with dragging his opponents to the ring, Archer, which was every match involved someone attacking somebody before the bell and the referee going, start the match. That man never got a fair shake, and I believe a lawsuit's at hand.
Stop trying to sue people.
Oh,
Sting
money.
Sting states his date for his retirement, which is Revolution 2024.
Oh, I could have summed that up better. Sting comes out, says a bunch of names that you probably don't want to hear in public ever again. People booed. Sting said he's going to retire. People cheered.
Do you know, I enjoyed when he said Hulk Hogan, everyone booed, and then they zoomed into the black guy in the front row booing. Yeah. I feel like that guy was embodying the hatred that J.K. Smush brings into the chat.
Yeah.
For Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
We're a long way away, Sting. I don't know when Revolution happens, but it's in 2024.
February.
Is that February show?
I think so.
He'd be going in February then.
But the Sting, does a retirement match of Sting put butts in seats? Like, is that? I mean, I guess it does in actuality.
It will, because it's Sting's last match, and it'll probably be against Darby.
You got Darby? Who you got, Eric? Quick answers.
Darby.
I got MJF for the world title.
Marcus, I would hope not. But
MJF for the world title. I feel like it's a fitting way. Why not? Give him a title match. He's gonna lose.
Hey, maybe Tony will make it happen. Maybe he'll throw a bunch of money out to Undertaker. And since Edge
Mark
already
Galloway.
Like the Texas Mark. Badass. The Texas badass.
Mean Mark is gonna come out of retirement just like Lance Archer and beat up a guy and then leave.
And then we get Nick Wayne with his mom, with JR.
Sorry,
And
Mom.
I don't want to bring up anything outside of how it was described, because I think it was best described by Roland in the mid-card mess, where he said the Nick Wayne interview just showcasing how these white kids talk to their moms.
Yeah. This looked like poor acting class 101. I don't know what I was supposed to actually see in this.
My computer crashed. I mean, the internet crashed for some reason.
Huh. No. I don't know. You've been tinkering with everything.
Sorry for my computer crashing.
Okay. I do not care about this segment. It was terrible. And Darby Allin should be ashamed of himself. Is the main thing I got for it. For how dare you forgive A.R. Fox for putting a knife to my neck? But as soon as
he didn't even say that.
You wanted to kill me.
There's reason for him turning on him.
Yes.
And he didn't give it. Exactly what you said. But that's the main reason why he should have turned on Darby. But no, he decided to go with, I've got a new father figure. It's Christian. He's a way better dad than my dad. And then she grabs him when he tries to leave. She said, "Don't touch me. You're a terrible mother." She slaps him. And then both of them get beaten up.
Marcus, I am glad I took your advice and did not make it this hard to, because that seems like a pretty shitty way to end the show.
That's not how the show ended.
Oh,
That's not how the show ends.
Oh.
No. Oh, JR looked disinterested. I looked disinterested.
JR sounded terrible again.
Yeah, he sounded terrible. It was like, I don't want to be here with this shit, but they're making me. Where are the drugs?
Wow.
Full
Like
Batman
that?
voice. Batman voice.
Now, JR smokes weed.
I'm pretty sure he smoked this up because his voice is going all the time. Now.
I think he does smoke weed because it was probably part of his cancer treatment.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
You know, like the help the pain and stuff like that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
I do not care.
Wow.
Don't put him on that segment, or they'll be like everything that happened in this segment was just wrong. I don't want anything to do with it. Where's A.R. Fox anyway? It's a catalyst flawless.
Then we get a battle royal. The last two end up as Juice and Max Caster. What's his name? Daniel Garcia keeps trying to dance the whole way through this match, but he keeps getting stopped. Jay White and MJF fight at the top of the ramp, distracting Max Caster. Jay White gives MJF a huge blow. It's one of those that are China-esque. A China-esque blow.
He went all the way under there, all the way deep.
It's like, hiya!
Hiya!
From the bowels, from the lower region.
There was only one person that could have won this battle royal with Juice. I don't understand why we had to do a battle royal to just give Juice Robinson this match. They could have told me this battle royal happened on Rampage. I would have believed them. They're like, oh, I guess he's on Rampage.
Someone
this
said
was the ECW Invitational.
I think it was Daniel in the mid-card mess that said Juice looks like an STD.
Damn.
And it's 100% true.
It is.
That was it.
I will say this though. And this may be a hot take, but you know, Juice Robinson's been more entertaining to me than Jay White.
He has.
When Juice comes to the ring, I'm going like, what kind of drugs is he on? And I want to see what he's gonna do next. So it may be anti-Semitic, it may not be.
So do you guys think it was the right move that they never addressed the situation that took place last week with the controversy of it being was it 2 weeks ago? About things being anti-Semitic?
No, it was last week.
That was last week?
It was last week, Marcus.
Yeah. I got it all mixed up. Sorry. The war.
I mean, if you address it, it becomes more of a bigger problem on TV. Like if you already address it, like we've said, I think on numerous shows, I think if you talk about politics or religion on TV, and you seem like you're siding with one side, you've kind of divided your audience, and then that creates more of a shitstorm for them. So it's better not to address it. MJF did a speech, I think, at a synagogue or something like that on Something for the Jewish faith.
It was with Robert Kraft.
Yeah. Was that a synagogue? It wasn't a synagogue, was it?
I don't know where they went. Okay, Manny, I'm not going to speculate. But they showed the video package on Collision. And that's why I thought it was last week or 2 weeks ago, because I was like, oh, wait, that was Collision where he got where he switched the quarters to the ring and paid for it with the quarters. That's why he's doing that and not using the quarters. He's using his Cuban zirconia ring. I got it mixed up with Collision. That's why I was like, wait, yep. Well, anyway, he wins, and that's the end of Dynamite. Everybody's happy.
Is it? I mean, talking. See, I just watched it today. I thought I enjoyed it, but then talking about it, I was like, maybe not.
This was a shitty show.
But Betty, I can tell you from this. Me and Marcus watched it. We did not enjoy it at all. The little bit that we watched together, because it just.
I didn't watch any of it with you. You watched it way after.
I did after, but
it was me and was expressing your emotions in it.
I just felt that the entire show lacked any type of direction. It seemed like everything was going all over the place. Like when you go into Dynamite, you ask yourself this question: what is the main storyline going on with this show? I
got MJF as that. I did get MJF. Everybody kind of shooting for the title in that one.
Was it MJF? But then, like, when you look at who's shooting for the titles, like, these people have no claim to the title. Then you have the comedy skit with his tag team partner.
All involved MJF.
Is that even about MJF?
This is an MJF-centric show. This is all MJF, actually.
Then you got Nick Wayne. You got Nick Wayne, and it's like, okay. You know, I mean, maybe the AEW fans really enjoyed it. I mean, for me, it's not for me, but I don't know.
I just thought it was a show that lacked any of their stars or people I wanted to see. There was no FTR, no, MJF came out to do commentary, but he didn't really do anything, really.
Do you think with all these challenges going up to MJF now sets a problem for their booking of MJF Jay White? Because you kind of just know Jay White's losing, right? At Full Gear.
I mean,
I had no question.
I feel like this should have been set up for the Dynamite after Full Gear or like the week before Full Gear. Be like, once you're done with this, because you still got maybe 2-3 weeks before you get to Full Gear.
Yeah. And it's like, we're going to Full Gear, and it's like, what do we have to expect by being at Full Gear? Like, I don't know. Like, is it going to become a multi-individual match then at that point? Like,
well, I don't know how fast they're going to do this Edge Christian thing, because Edge goes in his interview, I'm never going to fight Christian. And so we're 3 weeks off of Full Gear, and in 3 weeks he's going to be like, all right, Christian, let's have a match for the TNT title. It only took you 3 episodes to get back.
Yeah.
It took Dominic Mysterio and Ray like 3 or 4 months to fight. Like, just fight.
Ray went to another show to get away from that problem.
That would be kind of hilarious if after he says, I will never fight you, the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, we fight now.
You fighting for the belt. There's other stuff advertised. Let's move to NXT, though. They Battle of the Belts is this weekend. I don't think anybody's watching again. No, it never happens on that show anyway. So, I guess we're moving to NXT?
I think that...
Yeah.
Sorry for the distraction. You guys both were looking down, and I was like, I guess we're not.
Well, I was listening.
Yeah, Mark, it's called paying attention to somebody when they're talking.
When you see their eyes going like this.
So, Mark, are you trying to tell us, after how many episodes of this show that you've done with Manny, and in the shows that you've done with me, now you're demanding eye contact from us?
It wasn't eye contact. It was like, you guys look like you froze. That you guys
normally I'm not that distracted on a Tuesday, Thursday, but because Eric's here, there's an extra person talking, which means I'm allowed. I can look at other things on the screen.
I would like for you to go back to that footage of when I'm talking, Manny. The 48-minute, 7-minute back, and you look at your two selves and see if you guys were actually in the room. Like,
I guarantee you, I guarantee I was probably distracted.
Both of you guys were, and I was like, I'm out of words. Are we going to NXT?
Well, it's very rare for you to be out of words.
Yeah, Mark, you don't never run out of words, man.
I don't, but I can. I'm trying. We're at 49 minutes and we haven't said a single word about NXT.
We'll start talking about NXT.
Well, this is Eric's fault.
You let him on.
Wow.
It's both both of your faults. You both get a timeout. You hear me? Go to your room, and you go to your room.
Well, then start talking. We on timeout then.
Well, technically, you guys are all in your room, so I got nothing.
Yeah, but we'll just shut up. We'll let you talk.
I'm dealing with the fiddler here.
Let him fiddle on the roof, Manny. Let him fiddle on the roof. Okay? Okay. We can go through the show. We can go through it.
No,
NXT began with a video package of highlight last week.
I can't concentrate in the first place because all I see from the corner of my eye, I'm looking at the notes, so I'm looking here. But then all I see from the other side of my eye is something moving like this. And that's him.
I will continue. NXT began with a recap of all the superstars and maniacs who were here last week.
Maniacs.
I don't know who the maniac is actually, but maniacs.
Maniac.
You hear me? Maniacs were here last week. Maniacs. Rob Breaker technically a maniac if you think about it. So he did kill Von Wagner.
You could do NXT. You host NXT.
Oh, thank you. Without notes, here we go. The show began.
The show began.
7
years ago.
With I want to say a women's match.
You're wrong.
Damn.
It started with the Bada Bing, Bada Boom Battle Royal.
Damn it.
The Creeds eliminate Humberto, but the referees don't see the elimination, so he comes back and they eliminate. Oh, Eric's gone. He comes back and eliminates.
I'm still here. Give me a second.
The Creeds ends up being Chase U versus Los Lotharios. The Creeds assist with the win for Chase U. The one thing about this camera is you can't see the mess on his floor. And you can't see that stupid bag that's been on his floor, that Christmas bag for like
Manny,
7 months.
Focus! There was a shitty Battle Royal that happened, Manny. There's a shitty Battle Royal that happened. This is the week of shitty Battle Royals.
But it was the bada boom, baby. Who's
they were eating spaghetti up there, which I'm sure is racist.
Nah.
Have you ever had racist spaghetti though, Marcus? It's delicious.
No, I haven't. With the extra racism.
Hey man, when you can tell that they put a little extra spit in that spaghetti and that meatball, that just ain't all meatball. It's meat and shitball. Yeah, boy.
Goddamn moolies.
Alexis King. He's gonna debut at Halloween Havoc, where he's gonna make his name bigger than Brian Pillman.
It was going up. It is. It's the same.
I still feel like it's still in that like it's okay, but we all know what we're getting. We know what we're getting. It's slowly revealing itself. What you're about to get. You're about to get Joey Janela Light.
Oh
Damn.
No!
Don't do that.
No!
Can you at least give me Kip Sabian strong? That's all I'm asking for.
No.
Give me Kip Sabian.
He's not even on that Kip Sabian level. Kip Sabian was able to keep himself relevant while wearing a box on his head
for a year.
Was he? Nothing came of that.
Nothing came of that.
He's got blonde hair. We don't even see Penelope before it anymore.
I would rather have Kip Sabian's career than Brian Pillman Jr.'s career.
I don't know.
Both are worse. Both are terrible careers.
I think I'm going to say I'm taking Pillman. I think I'm getting paid more if I'm Pillman or Lexi King. I think I'm getting paid more. I'm taking it. That's it.
Carmelo Hayes comes out, talks about how Cena Undertaker gave him the nod of approval last week. Corbin comes out hating, but he tells him to concentrate on being a superstar, not being a fan. Dijak says that they should be focusing on what he's going to do to them, and that's beat them and take the title off Dragunov. Dragunov tells everyone that the triple threat match. Dragunov tells everyone that he's going to be that the triple threat match was turned into a fatal four-way before Cody Rhodes gave up his GM rights for the night last week. The fourth man being Trick Williams. Mello looks shocked. Trick says it is what it is, but both Dijak and Corbin stirred a pot between Mello and Trick. Corbin says Trick went into business for himself, and both Dijak and Corbin says he stabbed him in the back.
Can I call out Ilias and Data B for this one? Cody can't make later. He was general manager for one night. You can't leave notes for future weeks on being general manager. I'm just saying, because every single week I'm pulling out a Cody left his note.
Yeah, I mean,
on this day, on October 8th, last week, when Cody was real, he left me this note and said, I can do this and I can do that.
I don't know. This segment gave me the vibes of a bad joke. The joke goes like this: a racist, a biker, and a black man walked into a bar, and it's like, huh, why are we having this moment?
Wait, who's the biker? Oh, Jack.
You figured that out. No.
Carmelo's the racist. Huh?
Baron Corbin is the biker.
Oh.
But the thing that I thought
Carmelo's the racist.
Why Dijak a racist?
Man, look at them aviator shades, Manny. You know he done played some cocaine on the brother.
Well, Manny, I'm gonna give him the racist coin because the way he whipped that tree and the way he whipped Eddie Thorpe.
He whipped that tree.
I'm just saying.
Manny,
it's hard not to.
I ain't seen tree whipping before, and right now, if we do Sharpies this year, moment of the year is going to the tree whipping. I don't give a damn what anybody say. He whipped that tree. Shout out to that tree. But what do you guys think about WWE doing this? Because I think this was intentional. How Ilya appeared on the screen instead of coming out to the ring. They didn't want to make him, because I think he's smaller than Melo, and they would have looked really small.
No, he's taller than Melo.
Is he taller than Melo?
Yeah,
but he's not taller.
He's just about taller. He's not taller than Trick. Everyone else is a giant in comparison to both of them.
Because in that ring, Melo looked like he was in charge of catering, and I was like, I felt bad for Melo. I was like, man, this is some size disparity that's really like sticking out.
Catering?
And I like Melo.
I
like Melo, but he ain't no Trick. Trick wore them ugly ass jeans, and he still was Trick. I mean,
yeah, Melo looked like a child in that ring.
He did, man.
He looked like Trick Will's little brother at the Boys and Girls Club. Like that's what it looks like. Come on, little guy, I'll fight for the title for you.
Melo claims he ain't letting anyone throw him off his game, and he knows that what it takes to win the championship, and he will put anyone down to win that championship. Dijak asks what about him, which leads to a small brawl. And then Melo backstage is mad that Trick blindsided him. They agreed last week that he gets the NXT title, and then Trick would get the North American title. Trick said, "No, you said that. We never agreed on that."
Shoot, I talked to John Cena. He told me to go for the real belts. John Cena probably told Trick, I ain't never been Intercontinental Champion. And I never will be. That title's for losers who can't win the real title. So Trick, don't be like me. Be like me. Go for the real title. Just ask Sheamus.
He apologizes and says he should have told him, but he was too nervous to tell him. Melo says that they could have come up with a game plan. Now it's too late, but he tells Trick he knows him and he's got to do what he's got to do. Trick says same energy, but where it happens, there'll still be Trick Melo again.
Nah, man, Melo was lying his ass off, man. He was lying his ass off.
As I realized as a deep thought reader or a mind reader, I read through my TV that Melo was going to kill Trick tonight.
Marcus, consider that we share blood. I had that same intuition, but I didn't think Melo was going to get his hands dirty. But I knew he was going to call in Braun Breaker because Braun Breaker did make that offer to Melo, saying that he knows how it feels. He did that last week, and it's like didn't even
think about Braun.
Did not even think about Braun.
You didn't think about that. Well, look at me.
I thought Melo.
I don't think that. Eric, I think you're a better writer than WWE, so I'm not giving him that credit. I think Melo just did it.
No. Because that also the WWE writing stuff did give us that moment of the year, whipping of the tree.
No, because
I don't know about that.
The only reason why I say is Braun, because that moment was so poignant last week when they had the standoff where Braun Breaker went out of his way to talk to Melo, talking about I know what it feels like to lose and stuff like that. So whether if Melo knows about Braun attacking him, but it could be Braun acting in his own accord, attacking Trick, which will lead into a match between Trick and Braun, which is a win-win situation. I mean, like you can elevate two people. I think that you have to put Braun in a situation with the whole idea that Melo didn't know anything about it, but he wasn't upset about it either because later on he becomes, the victor.
See, that's really nice that you did that for him. I'm into Shawn Michaels, Triple H. It was you, Hunter. It was you. You did right. It was. I had you attacked in the parking lot. It was me. God damn it, Sean. That's what I got. That's what the vibes I got. But
yeah,
I
but
do
Marcus,
like that Braun Breaker commits a hit that he wasn't supposed to.
We ain't gonna get that enhanced footage stuff that we
No. Oh no, I want that. I want that. Bring back who's the computer genius? Danny Pomp? No.
Don't bring her name up. Don't bring her name up. You know, Manny can't stand her.
I forgot her name.
Don't search for
Stevie
it, Marcus.
something. Stevie Turner? Stevie Turner's gonna break the footage? Or Anonymous?
Man, can we bring back GTV? Can we bring back GTV?
They haven't with NXT Anonymous, who catches footage here and there.
Then we could bring back QTV and all the TVs.
QT Marshall is not. I'm shocked he wasn't in that battle royal.
He will be eventually. He might be hurt for all we know.
I saw he was fighting in Mexico.
Okay.
Moving on to the next segment.
Tiffany Stratton stops Fallon Henley holding court backstage about the breakout tournament because she went to the final and beat Fallon on the way. Fallon doesn't want them following her, but Tiffany says they should strive to be someone that was a main eventer, a former champion, but a person that spends her time on a horse farm with dirt under her fingernails, giving off poor vibes.
Tiffy was right. Yeah. Tiffy was right. Why the fuck would you listen to Fallon Henley? What has she ever accomplished? Nothing.
Well, she has Fallon in her name.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, they were gathered around her.
At the gallows.
They were gathered around her like it was at the campfire, and she was about to drop some real nuggets on there. I mean, she cost their boys the tag team titles. She ruined his relationship with the black woman of his dreams. I mean, she has her career.
I guess that's still a different dynamic now. You can't trust her. It does change that story when you find out she's black.
And I also blame her because I still don't know what happened to her secretary, who was the true needed.
Oh yeah, she was the real first.
Yeah, layoffs, Eric, layoffs.
No, she's still employed, but I don't know where she is.
Well, she's the breakout tournament.
2024, Marcus. 2024.
We get Carmen Petrovic versus Jada Parker, the person we all thought Jay Cargill was gonna be.
I love the internet. Can't come up with anybody's name without somebody going, "Oh, that's what they gonna do." That's not my name.
Carmen comes out with a katana and talks up about 23 years of combat experience and a 3rd-degree black belt. But when Jada Parker spoke, Marcus, I don't know.
How you get 23 years of combat experience? How old is she?
I mean, I see videos of kids doing karate from like 4 years old.
Yeah, but they ain't claiming that. Kids can't claim that. You're not claiming your 7-year-old doing martial arts training karate class. You're not claiming that. I'm a special martial artist. 23 years.
When Jada Parker spoke, Marcus and Eric, I believe Shawn Michaels is putting her with OTM and scripts.
Marcus, do you want to go first or should I go first?
You can go first.
So, Manny, I'll tell you this right now. I have 2 takeaways from this match. The first thing is you are 100% correct. When Jada Parker spoke, I believe she was who she said she was. There was no denying the fact that she was that bitch. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Then we get to the match. And I had to tell Marcus.
But before we got to the match, go ahead.
No, I was like, the one thing I took away from this match, and I know I'm going to be labeled as the porn king again. He's back. There was so much jiggly ass in this match for both competitors. I was like, they got a future in wrestling. That's all I had.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was booty, rocking
everywhere. Booty, rocking everywhere.
Shoot, I would say the match wasn't really that good, it was distracting. It was like watching Eric adjust his camera over and over, and you cannot focus on the actual show.
But I got the camera to work, though.
Is this the camera? Is this what we were waiting for?
On the show.
We're in darkness.
Marcus.
Get blurred out. I guess it's in focus. Your fingernails are a little dirty. You should take care of that.
My fingernails is clean because I ain't got no fingernails.
Made you look. Anyway.
You fucking 2-year-old.
He called you Fallon Henley. You poor.
He did.
But Petrovic won. I think that's how you say her name.
Petrovic, yeah.
I was rooting for
the submission. I feel like that's the submission Carmella used before.
No, she won by kicking her in the ass. Like it was a miss kick that she just kicked her in the ass that she made her tap out.
And she put her in a leg submission.
Yeah, she was like, choke.
Didn't work on the legs.
She got choked out by a.
Yeah, I don't think I. What happened? What? There was a pause.
Nothing. Go.
Oh, you went and I was like, huh? Okay.
Carry on.
What I got to say? The match is over.
It just shows that unfortunately our ground game as a people is still pretty weak. We can stand up with you, but you take us down to the ground, we might tap out.
Nah, the kick got it. The kick got it. It was the striking. Miss Parker got kicked right in the ass. It was over.
Miss Parker.
They missed so many moves, but moving on.
Tegan Knox, aka Skittles, came out with Natty versus Lyra Valkyria. The match wasn't that bad. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven come out, distract Tegan, eventually gets hit with a roundhouse, and Lyra wins. Lyra says Becky lit a fire in her that brought her all the way to NXT, but she was working towards becoming the first Irish-born NXT Women's Champion, and she took that away from her. And she plans on beating her for the NXT title. Becky says that she was watching her for years, and when she came to NXT she was number one on the list that she wanted to share the ring with because she is really good, but she is better. Becky reminds her that she may think of her as a hero or an idol, but when she steps in the ring with Becky, she will have to despise her because that's the only way she's going to stand a chance. Welcome to the big time.
Well, Lyra's dead. No. Lyra, I'm assuming, is going to win this match. I mean, there's no reason for Becky to be doing all these shows.
Oh, hold on. Xia Li's got to get her some of Becky Lynch and the NXT title.
Well, she's having a Maxwell J. Jacob, is it J? Whatever the fuck is MJF moment where everybody all of a sudden is going after Becky because Xia Li shows up and was like, why you ducking me, Becky? You fight on my time then. Fuck Xia Li.
I was just laughing at the fact that this escalated extremely fast. I mean, last week this is her idol. They were so happy to be together. Then this week ends with her tearing up the picture. I'm like, you didn't have to tear up the picture, baby. I mean,
that's why you never beat your heroes.
I mean, I was just like, wow. But she had already met her hero, Marcus.
Yeah, but Becky told her if she wants to stand a chance against her, you got to despise her.
So that's why she.
But she can never get that picture back again. It's not a digital form, But
she works there. She works there.
But
she can take another picture and get it signed right by Becky.
Like Marcus, we can never have that picture that we took of Kurt Angle in that Impact ring in Long Beach. We could never repeat that picture. One day,
I may tear it up if I ever got to work with Kurt Angle.
Hopefully, I can find it one day. But Marcus, that was high Kurt Angle too, so it's a rarity.
Nah, there's millions of photos of this of high.
But not with us.
That's true. I had hair in that photo.
Gigi brings out the spin the wheel, make a deal wheel for her upcoming match against Blair Davenport next week. It will be a lights out bitch match. The last time we saw this match, it was Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu, and Wendy Chu has never been seen since.
The only thing I have to say about this match, Blair Davenport and Gigi seems like they should be together rather than against each other. That's just my opinion. But they don't like each other apparently.
Maybe they could go by a team name of the Outcasts.
I believe that team is already existing.
I believe that team already had his lifespan. 5 months of life.
We ain't seen Saraya since she lost her title.
We didn't see Tony Storm on TV, technically, since live TV.
That's true.
Since maybe Wrestle Dream or Dynamite.
Von Wagner is going through physical therapy. Mr. Stone believes in Von Wagner, and he knows when he's ready, he's going to handle it. Bron Breakker tells Mr. Stone he doesn't care about Von Wagner. Mr. Stone wants to smack him in the face. Bron tells him to do something about it. He challenges him to a match at Halloween Havoc.
I can't
do it.
That was very difficult to do. Yeah, can you please put your anal beads down?
Yeah, for the audio
record, because you guys are it's a tripod. It's a tripod.
Yeah. For the audio listeners, it was Eric's dildo that he was pulling over.
It could have been anything.
For the audio listeners, please go to the video and check and confirm that it was not a dildo, but a tripod, people. A gorilla pod at that. I've never been so offended in my life.
I was.
Have you had your pumpkin spice latte yet today?
No, the season is over for me. I'm done. I don't need any more in my life.
Oh, nice.
I'm past that phase.
So you've stopped identifying as a 16-year-old girl that wears UGG boots then?
Manny, I did not wear UGG boots.
You know, I'm shocked you don't have a pair of Uggs yet.
I wore those Doc Martens, like the roach stompers.
Moving on.
That was my inner child. That was my pumpkin spice latte. And I had tricolor hair for it. So, bitch.
Kiana James versus Shotzi.
Right. You look like Jada Baker Smith.
How about that dive?
Make it. Huh? What dive? What dive are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Shotzi's dive.
Oh, it's better than most. She's seen more control.
It's the safest dive she's ever had.
Yeah. I didn't understand why she wore leopard this week. And she pretended to be a cheetah. Halloween ain't got nothing to do with leopards, man.
So,
I know how y'all celebrate Halloween over there, but we don't involve leopards in our Halloween.
The funniest thing about this match, and this tells me how I know me watching wrestling is really bizarre. I spent the whole match wondering to myself, Shotzi got all those tattoos on her front, but she doesn't look like she has a single tattoo on her back. What is she saving her back for? Or did she not want to have back tattoos? It really threw me off that she had no back tattoos. I don't know why. I expect
back tattoos are a really big commitment.
Betty, she has her whole frontal shit.
Exactly.
Done.
So a back tattoo, you really have to know what you want.
You will never see it.
It's a huge canvas, Eric.
It's a huge. Who knows? I'm assuming
Master.
Oh, you got Paramount Plus?
I think they have it on a different feed.
I steal that shit.
I saw that they're coming. What? Hey, well, you know what?
They never stopped.
Manny, I'll ask you off the air because I don't want this to go any longer because, the final boss already said this is going to be 90 minutes, but you guys are welcome for 90 minutes of entertainment, pure entertainment.
I don't know if we got. I don't think we get the pure entertainment. I think we need filter
pure entertainment. It's not like pure cocaine. This show. This is cocaine. This is cocaine with bits.
Hey,
this is cocaine that's being transformed to crack on a spoon.
If this was pure cocaine, Tony would sponsor us. But
why are you scratching your face like a fucking crack addict?
Anyway,
hey, man, I was in the hospital. Shit.
Let's move along.
Move along. All Jackson rejects.
Jakara Jackson had to pull out of the breakout tournament. Noam Dar's pretending that she needs surgery on the phone.
They're gonna take that out. They're gonna take the out.
Why is Akira Tozawa asking Aura Mensa and Lash Legend where Noam Dar is?
Because he wants the Heritage Cup.
After his two-step on Raw.
Once again, can I tell you?
We did not talk about that.
Number two moment of 2023 is Tozawa, his two-step in the back.
Workout. I was distracted.
I'm gonna tell you. But then the fact that they ended the segment with the New Day and everybody watching him do it made it even more. I was like, shit, this is right up there with whipping the tree of random moments that happen.
Roxanne spins the wheel for a match against Kiana. It lands on a Devil's Playground match.
Man, you're not going to talk about that match that took place?
We did.
Oh. Santino's daughter? We didn't mention it.
We haven't even got there.
Oh, I thought it happened right. Okay, my bad.
I thought it happened.
Dominic has no idea. Dominic has no idea who Nathan Frazier is and is done wasting time with him. But this leads to a scrap backstage between him and Nathan Frazier, which ends up in the ring. Nathan Frazier takes him out until Rhea Ripley saves him.
Didn't know they were going to be on the show.
You think they would have started? You think they would have started the show?
Yeah, Judgment Day was just like Rhea just showed up and was like, "Get out of here, Dom." I was like, "We paid me here for this." She just be like, "Get over here, Dom."
So we do get Santino's daughter Ariana Grace versus unknown at the time. She said she was sidelined with an injury worse than Jakara, but she's back better than ever. And she accepts her bye into the next round. But then out comes Brindley Reese, who I thought was Sol Ruka.
I will point out right now, I'm going to let everybody know, and you guys can confirm this next time you talk to Shantae. Ariana Grace, for whatever reason, is now Shantae's new favorite performer in NXT. She saw it. She loved everything about it. I was like, it was shocked. It was the same type of love that she had for Santino. She was like, talk that shit, girl. Talk that. I was like, okay, this is a little passionate for Ariana Grace.
Well, Ariana Grace inspired by her aunt Santina, and she is out there to compete in the name of the family name. But
what was her finisher?
Shit, if I remember it, it wasn't the Cobra.
No, so it was like a hip toss into a DDT.
Oh yeah. It was that very slow hip toss that led to her face, and I went, "Oh, that's it."
Which my Creator Pro since WWE 2K23 has been using that finisher, and it goes by the name of the Manny Go Round.
Well, I'm glad that. Well, I'm glad she's been inspired by the Manny Go Round as her finisher. But I think that move's gonna need a lot of work because it looked like it was slow, had no impact.
Ariana Grace is touching hearts from near to far. Truly, why she was a runner-up to Miss Canada, I believe.
What?
Yeah, she was in the pageant.
Carmelo Hayes. We get to the main event. Carmelo Hayes versus Baron Corbin versus Dijak. We've already talked about Trick being taken out backstage. Corbin hits the end of days on Dijak. Melo hits nothing but net on Corbin and pins Dijak for the win. Match was pretty decent for the time it was given.
It was another match where I went, damn, Dijak just don't win no matter what the situation is. Don't matter what's going on. But this is all leading to Ilya versus Melo, where Trick makes his return to attack Melo and cost him that title.
But do you think that's the case? I don't think that's the case. I think the case is going to be Ilya is going to reveal footage of Melo talking to Braun Breaker and then Braun Breaker attacking Trick, because you have to make
that's Carmelo, your narrative.
No, because you got to make Carmelo the heel in this situation, because Trick is the new face of the company. Like,
do you let Melo get back the NXT title and stall for time, so have Trick versus Braun, and then inevitably the passing of the torch from Melo to Trick, where Trick takes him on for the NXT title?
Nah, or do you just have them have a blow-off match? Or
do you just have them do a blow-off match like that?
I think what I think for me is that you can't discredit Ilya and his title reign. This is his title reign right now. He has to defend that title. But I think you end up having a feud between Trick and Melo, and it eventually becomes loser leaves NXT. That's just what you're doing. You write Melo off or you write Trick off. Someone goes to the main roster, whether it be with Bobby Lashley's new crew or not. It's just that, that's the way you have to end it, because I don't think they need to be next to each other anymore, because they can't live in each other's shadow. It's almost very similar to WWE in the month of October, decided we're going to break up pairings. Fuck you, Sammy and Kevin. You guys are splitting. Fuck you, Trick and Melo. You guys are splitting. We're splitting everybody up. Metaphor better watch out, because they might split them up too.
Nah, that's when only until the main roster split. This is when the breakups happen. People stay together forever. Although, a Melo Braun Breaker tag team on the main roster does seem like that would work. For no reason. Just evil.
But they would have to care about the tag division first, Marcus. And you saw from what happened this week, Judgment Day at the champions again.
Yeah.
The question, though, you have to ask yourself is Judgment Day a more legitimate tag team compared to the makeshift of Jay and Cody? And I would say yes, although Damian and Finn are a makeshift tag team.
Well, they're in the same group. It's more in the vein of the Wolfpack, the Hall and Nash, I guess, are a tag team. But, it's kind of a makeshift tag team, but, a different era. But, they made it work. So, as you learn with WWE, they don't give a fuck about them tag team titles. Ever.
But I do feel it's time for Braun and Melo to leave. They don't belong in NXT anymor. It's just they need to move on.
I don't think there's anyone else outside of Trick and Dragunov, because Dragunov should be going up as well. I don't think there's anyone outside of that you could really put your head on NXT at the moment.
Well, that's what they've been doing. They've been just using main roster people just to be like, this is the draw. Becky and Dominic and Rhea are the draw for NXT. So they can continue doing that. And then, Stratton is still down there, allegedly.
Yeah, they've got nothing for her. I think it's time for her to go up there's so many people, like, even Bron Breakker's doing nothing. They're just giving them tiny things, like, but they're doing nothing.
I know you said it's time for Dragunov to goes up, but can he really make it on the main roster? I mean, I know we can get another match between him and Gunther, which, you know, still one of the best matches of all time. But will the general audience accept him? Because, I mean, like, you know, Gargano and Ciampa has had a hard time being accepted by the crowd, in my opinion. So it's like, I don't know. That NXT to main roster jump is kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard to find your LA Knights.
It's harder for them because they're faces, and it's hard in general. But, like, if you made Dragunov up there turn heel and align him with, like, Gunther or just a European heel like they always do, I think he'd be more over than what they've tried to do with Gargano. I don't know why the Gargano thing hasn't transferred over to the audience, but, like, you don't get enough of Gargano in the first place to actually fully get behind him, because it's like he is Shawn Michaels in any case.
Yeah.
And people got behind that. But I don't think they're giving him the time or space to be that.
Well, right. I think it's that, you know, look what he's around. It would be like, you know, if you think of that NBA wise or sports, you have all these star athletes or whatever. And then you get another guy. It's like, oh, yeah, he should be the leader. He's a really good athlete. But he's being overshadowed by all the other people on the show. Like, if I had a choice between seeing Gargano and Gunther, I'm choosing Gunther. If I had a choice to see Rollins or Gargano, I'm choosing Rollins. If I Nakamura.
Wait,
Cody,
you're choosing
Jay.
Rollins over Gunther? Huh? You're choosing Rollins over Gunther?
No. I'm talking about over Gargano.
Oh, okay.
I choose Gunther. Gunther's my guy. But I'm just saying, the people, like, there's so many other stars on the show who I would rather see. It does make you look smaller. Like, like, they have their peak run. I watched NXT. I've seen basically the best I'm going to see of Gargano and Ciampa on that show.
But I think they're a great tag team. And they could really do some things as a tag team if they really cared about.
They don't care about tag teams. They don't care.
I guess my question that maybe we can end.
No, but do you think that's changed? Do you think that notion will change now that Vince has been kind of completely removed?
I think so. I really do. I think the tag team division is a very valuable division to have in professional wrestling. I mean, it's the reason why the Bloodline is where they're at right now, because the Usos were coming in so strong, and paired with Roman, it made it, because they dominated everything. And I think that once the Usos lost the tag team titles, that's when the tag team division really suffered, because it just became like, where's these legit teams? Like, if you actually give legit teams who actually are pursuing the tag team title instead of these makeshift, hey Jay, I like you, Cody, I like you too, let's team up together and let's go win the tag team titles. I just think that doesn't really work, because it shows that anybody can pair up and become champions. The whole, if you go back to 10 years ago, the whole idea about tag team wrestling was that these people knew each other better than they knew oneself. They knew, as Booker T said on commentary, I knew what Stevie Ray was thinking before he was going to even do it. He knew what I was thinking, and that's what made us so great. And that's how you can build DIY even more, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they won't.
There's
a history here. There's a history here.
Yeah, but there's a history.
Here to say the tag division. Let me tell you this: they're gonna be so interested in tag team wrestling. What is Chelsea Green and Piper Niven doing?
They're doing what they need to do, Marcus. Don't say
they're being so interested. Hold on, if they're being so interested in tag team wrestling, tell me what's been more interesting: the New Day versus the Viking Raiders, or Carby Kingston versus Ivar and Singh?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That is the tag team division.
That's not fair.
Say this.
That's not fair. We didn't know Eric was holding back Ivar.
We did know that, Manny. We did know that. Hanson was a hell of a champion.
I have another example. If WWE was all of a sudden caring about tag team wrestling, they have a tag team of Alpha Academy. Why is Chad Gable talking about the Intercontinental title?
Because Chad Gable versus Gunther is a fire match.
They don't care. They don't care about tag team wrestling or the tag team division. I don't want to hear this nonsense. If it's Triple H or if it's Vince McMahon or Nick Khan himself or whoever runs it now, they don't care about tag teams. They never will.
Think a little bit that if Triple H is running it, he's the guy that made us care about DIY. He's the guy that made us care about the revival. I'll call them the revival because they were the revival in NXT.
Fucking revival.
Yeah,
he's the one that made us care about tag. Yeah, he's the one that made us care about tag team wrestling.
He gave us hope.
He gave us hope.
But you know what? He realized when he took over, he realized, you know what? This tag team shit ain't drawing. It ain't drawing on the main roster.
I think it can.
I don't care either.
I think you can. I think you can if you have legit.
I think it can. Right? I like tag team wrestling. My argument isn't that I have a problem. I don't have a problem with tag team wrestling. My problem is WWE will never push tag team wrestling.
My issue with tag team wrestling is when
folding our arms.
Well, I don't know. We got angry. This is angry. My issue with tag team wrestling is when you use tag team wrestling as a crutch or a filler, where it's not a main attraction, like where you overbooking, you have trio matches that make no sense and stuff like that, just because you need to put something on the show. When you treat tag team wrestling with the respect,
Eric, just call it Monday Night Raw. That's what they do.
Like my whole thing is, if they can figure out a way to treat tag team wrestling the way that they have treated the Intercontinental title, and I mean the Intercontinental title is back in Magic Johnson's voice. Like Gunther has been one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time because it makes it relevant. But if they can find a way to make the tag team belts that same way to bring the relevance back, because 2 years ago we were talking about the IC title, how it meant absolutely nothing, and now look at it. It's one of the most prestigious titles in wrestling right now because of who's holding it. You find the right team, you can make the magic happen. Now, I do have a question for you guys right now. This is before we wrap it up, so it's not an hour and 30 minutes. If you could take away the push that LA Knight has, the popularity that he has right now, and give it to any performer who did not have that success, who would you give it to? Manny, I'll go to you first.
Tatanka.
Well, there we go. There we go. I should have made it better because fuck you guys are going to do that. I should have said from NXT. But you know what? I could save that for Saturday. Fuck, I prefer chicken tenders.
You got to put the comment on the screen. At least read the question.
Oh.
You can't just say, I prefer chicken titties. Because that makes no sense over your discussion. I love tag team wrestling, but I prefer chicken titties.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
You've been doing this for 20 years, Eric.
I like chicken nuggets.
Shit, I'm doing that math like that professional wrestler. I've been in combat for 23 years.
But I like my chicken bones in it, personally.
I do like bones. I do, but like, you know, if you give me a boneless wing, that's just a nugget. I don't know what the hell you shouldn't be talking to me like that. But that's this young generation that like that boneless chicken because kids are too soft. They can't chew bones now. You know, back in the day, eating chicken was you almost died because don't choke on that bone, baby. Don't choke on that bone. Nowadays, kids don't have to worry about that stress in life. That's why they soft. You know,
because they don't eat chicken off the bone.
Yeah, because you don't understand the risk factors, man.
Life and death.
Yeah, shit. Like,
there's no risk factors. Who swallows bone like that?
Man, you don't understand. Growing up in the household that we grew up in, they said, hey, don't you eat that bone, don't chew it. You know what? We had a couple people that almost choked on the bone. Ryan almost choked on the bone.
No, that was me.
Marcus almost choked on the bone.
People almost died for choking on a chicken bone, only for it to be my dad to shove his hand down my throat and pull it out.
Yeah, Marcus, like, you know, chicken bones is dangerous, man.
Bro, ain't never been the same since.
Chicken was out there killing people. And don't bring no fish in there, let alone try to avoid Ryan with the diet. But, like, hey, feel for them bones. You have to figure out how to use your tongue to feel for the bones in that fish. And he'd be like, oh, I got one.
Like yeah, I don't eat fish like that.
Yeah, you want fish sticks, but we want some real fish.
No, I eat fish and chips. I eat fish and chips, but, like, I think they debone it.
That's one thing I can say.
I'm not about that life.
One thing about Marcus
nuggets for gremlin mode, tendies when you're feeling fancy.
One thing about Bubba that I can say I respect for Bubba was that he could eat the buffalo fish. The buffalo fish was one of the most treacherous fish to eat because it has so many fucking bones in there. But your daddy could get it with the best of it, Marcus. May he rest in peace.
That's the show ends on a somber note. Oh, well, that concludes the show. I got NXT with the win because Dynamite didn't give me a single star on the show. I guess Kenny existed.
I thought Dynamite going into the show was good. Talking about it, NXT provided me with the entertainment I needed for a Tuesday night.
AEW is AEW, and I think the biggest problem with AEW is that AEW needs to figure out how to evolve, and that's something they have to. like it's like some people don't like how WWE had like ruthless aggression, the attitude era, and all that stuff. But you can't continue to do the same thing and expect
they had a
the same
PG era.
results.
The era
They had that, but I'm just saying,
it's not
like,
the ruthless aggression. Don't you put them up there with the PG era?
This episode of Dynamite, it was not a bad episode of Dynamite, but it was also an episode of Dynamite that took place in the first year of the existence of AEW Dynamite.
No, I just think it was run the mill. At least in the first year, you got Hangman Page and the Bucks on the show. You didn't get any of that. You didn't get John Moxley. Swerve wasn't in attendance. Edge didn't come out.
Marcus, this was a show that Tony Khan has booked before, just without. I got a surprise this week. His surprises was surprises we already knew. We got Murderhawk back.
No, his surprise was out with Sting.
Yeah, Sting.
Like, and then next week he's got a gift for Sting. So.
And then you had an extremely long sit-down interview with Adam Copeland where he could have easily said, you know what? I'm never going to fight.
That could have been an email.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said this like twice, I think, on Collision or something. But who was I supposed to look for on the show? There was no, like, if I were in attendance, I didn't get Bryan Danielson, didn't get FTR, didn't get the Bucks, didn't get Hangman, didn't get John Moxley, didn't get Edge in person. MJF technically wasn't on the show. He did commentary, but whatever, but wasn't on the show. Adam Cole is limping around somewhere. No Samoa Joe. All these people they have signed. None of these people are on the show. And these are all their top name
Ring of Honor, though, isn't he?
Huh?
Yeah.
Samoa Joe technically Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but he's smoking in my Dynamite vignettes.
But
with whiskey.
With whiskey. But like going back to Adam, the thing is, yeah, he says I'm not going to fight.
Black.
He's not going to fight Christian. Then who the fuck are you going to fight? Let me know. What are you going after? What you want to do? Why are you here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, once Christian said, I don't want to team with you. What are you doing here? Yeah, you don't want to win the world title.
You came to team with Christian. He said, fuck you, I'm not doing that. And you don't want to fight him. So what you going to do? The ball's in your court. You going to go after Orange Cassidy? You taking his title?
Yeah, honestly, he don't have a purpose in life. Like, he never said he wanted to win the title. I just wanted to end my career with Christian. Well, it's not working out, so you're here. And now I'm stuck here.
Well, shit, I should have never signed. I thought Christian, maybe I should have talked to Christian before instead of surprising him with this. I mean, like,
surprise!
It's like,
I'm here.
Do you
and I signed a deal full time.
Maybe he can team up with FTR now and go after the trios titles. I don't know.
FTR got the trademark rated FTR. They paid for that trademark. So I'm assuming they're going to win the trios titles with Edge.
Ugh.
Manny, I take it you don't like the trios title.
He said he hates tag teams.
I hate tag team matches.
Tag team matches are great when done greatly.
When done properly.
Yeah. But, we don't get many of those. I mean, we get plenty. You never get WWE. I mean, you may get Sami Zayn and Usos every now and then, New Day Usos, something like that. But now that all those teams are broken up, never again.
New Day's still going. They just on single side quests right now with Ibar. I mean, yeah.
Creed, whatever his name is. What is? God damn it! I'm blanking out. You know his name.
Austin.
It's WWE name, not Austin
Xavier.
Creed. Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
He ain't on no side quest. He ain't doing shit. Last time I saw him, he was flinching when Valhalla jumped at him.
Wait, Marcus, everybody know when a white woman with big titties jump out, you gotta run. Especially when she barefoot. She gonna say that's your baby. No, it ain't your baby.
Is that why Charlotte's so deadly?
Yes.
Have we worked out why Charlotte's so deadly?
Charlotte right now is on the third shirt. Like, she gonna be dating a black man soon. I don't know who it's gonna be, but it's gonna be somebody. Might be Raphael for all we know.
No, I don't know about that.
Dawkins out there recruiting.
Dawkins.
Fuck. No, Dawkins got his married. No, Dawkins got his white woman already.
He was happily married, man. He was corrupted by the queen.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like for me, there's a wrestling match going on social media that no one knows. It's like, it feels like Charlotte's trying to out thirst trap Andrade because Andrade will be posting pictures of him working. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all need to go to counseling.
They done. They finished. Ric Flair and followed Andrade, so you know they done. And stop saying that's the greatest wrestler alive today.
Shit happens, man. Life is hard. But Barefoot Charlotte's on the loose.
Let's wrap this up. You guys got 10 minutes of SmackDown or the rest of the week?
Is Roman on there this week?
I don't know. They're teasing like he is, but he's not. I feel like
no Roman, Raw and NXT has a good chance of taking the title.
Because I think they say LA Knight reacts to Roman Reigns. But I don't think they clarified if Roman's actually going to be there.
I can give a fuck about his reaction, to be completely honest. Yeah.
Are we done?
I think we're going to watch a massacre on Crown Jewel. I think the yeah movement's going to die.
Is we done? Is we finished? Yeah. I mean, hey, who's the U.S. champion? Who's the U.S. champion? Is that belt still even around?
Booyaka!
Oh,
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul
gonna say that shit. He gonna say that shit.
Logan Paul is about to become the champion of America.
Yes.
And Saudi, which is the greatest thing ever.
That man's gonna carry that title every different whatever place and talk shit and be the American champion.
So you know what's funny about that whole shit about him challenging Rey Mysterio?
The show. I'm out of it.
But if he would have lost, would he still have challenged Rey Mysterio?
No, I think that was probably like, if you win, do it. If you lose, which isn't going to happen anyway, go ahead and don't do it.
Well, I wasn't supposed to be here, so peace. I'll let you guys in the show. Hey, who did my balloons?
That's what the peace sign does.
That's what the peace sign does.
It does. Don't.
Eric, you're banned from the next 4 months of shows.
I'm banning both of you guys with these fucking effects. End the show. Finish the story. Finish the story. I'm Marcus, the grand finale. And tune in to Saturday show for the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. We out of here. Goodbye. I guess things don't blow up. I'm trying to end this stream. God damn it, where's